When it comes to these large slings that are designed to be worn on your back, there's always some discussion, some debate on whether a small backpack would be better suited for that task. Well, this is the tomtoc UrbanEX-T30, and I've been using it for a couple of weeks now, and I think I've got a pretty good idea on what side of the debate I land on with these style of slings. So with this release, tomtoc is expanding the UrbanEX line. I previously reviewed the T77, and bags in this collection seem to have a very sleek city style of feel and vibe. It's almost like a futuristic or modern version of the T24. And very much like the T24, this is made to be worn on your back with a single backpack strap. And it makes this bag easily to be able to swing in front of you, swing in back of you, giving you quick access. And that's actually my favorite thing about the bag in general, is how quick you can get to your gear. So when you do swing this bag over to the front, it's going to be oriented like this, and you're going to be met with 1, 2, 3 quick access pockets right on the side. Because of the way this bag is designed, a lot of the organization is really relegated to the exterior pocketing. So having these 3 quick access pockets in quick succession make grabbing your gear on the go extremely easy. So very beneficial if you're on public transit, like a subway, train, limited space, or if you're commuting by foot and you just don't want to take your entire pack off. Very easy to get to your gear. So the quick access is awesome on this bag, but all the pockets are on one side of the bag. So this bag is designed to be worn on your left shoulder. Now you can switch the shoulder strap to be worn on the right shoulder or the left shoulder, but because the way the pockets are oriented, it favors left shouldered carriers. If you put this on your right, when you swing the bag over, you're going to be met with the water bottle pocket instead of the 3 quick access pockets. That's why some brands like Alpaca offer 2 versions of a bag, like their Alpaca Metro. They have a left shoulder and a right shoulder version here. So just know if you're a left-handed carrier or left-handed person, you might struggle with quick access because more times than not, you're going to end up with a water bottle pocket right up front instead of the 3 quick access pockets. Now for this front pocket, it is going to be this entire section here. There is no additional organization on the inside, but you do have a tethered key leash with some aluminum hardware. This side pocket here is actually the perfect size for sunglasses, and that's exactly what I have in there, is a pair of sunglasses. You're not going to quite get a cell phone in there. My iPhone 15 Pro Max would not fit, but pens, pencils, sunglasses perfectly fit in that compartment there. And your last quick access pocket is going to be this one on the back panel. Now let me remove this strap out of the way. This pocket is actually this entire section here of the back panel, and it's securely hidden on the back. You can tuck the zipper puller away and you kind of don't even know it's there. So this is kind of like a nice security pocket. These style of like hidden back panel pockets is something I've come to really enjoy on not just travel backpacks where I really want to see a pocket like this, but even on EDC bags and slings. I like having that hidden pocket where I can put my cash, passport, wallet, anything of value where it's going to be least susceptible to, you know, pickpockets or thieves. The only other exterior pocket is going to be this external water bottle pocket. Now it does have a zipper on it to keep this pocket nice and flush when you're not using it. It maintains the profile of the bag, but if you want to open it up, expand it for a water bottle, you can do so. It also has this elastic cord at the top to secure your water bottle or other items you're carrying. It has a cord lock system, so you can easily adjust this to whatever size you're carrying. Now, while I like the addition of the external water bottle pocket, I did find it to be kind of tight. Now, the smallest water bottle in my collection is this 20-ounce mirror, and even with this pocket expanded, it fits, but you know, you have a little bit of material down here at the bottom where it doesn't sit completely flush and takes up the whole side of the bag. Now this elastic cord lock here is a nice touch, allowing you to secure your bottle. So you just run that through the lid, and then you can clip it onto the back side and then adjust and then lock the cord. So that's a nice touch, because as you're swinging this bag around to access other parts of your bag and other gear, your water bottle is not going to go flying. So if you're considering this bag, just keep in mind you may have to change out your water bottle preference depending, but if you're carrying something like an umbrella, it fits perfect. So jumping into this bag's main compartment, it is a half zip style of design, meaning your zippers are going to stop at the halfway point on each side of the bag, giving you kind of like this V access into the bag. Now it's actually a pretty spacious main compartment with very few pockets on the inside. So you just have a 1 zippered pocket here on the outside to help organize your smaller gear. And then on the back side, you have a tablet sleeve and a padded laptop sleeve. Now you do have some microfiber lining here that's going to help protect your device. Now when it comes to your devices, a 14-inch MacBook Pro is going to be the largest device that I was actually able to fit. Anything bigger would not fit. As you can see, it's getting pretty close to the zipper edges there. Now this tablet sleeve, it can hold up to a 13-inch iPad Pro. So this is a 3D printed one. Now there's no case, no keyboard, but you can easily fit that into that front pocket there. Now, if you're not carrying two devices, you can easily put documents, folders, and things of that nature into this stretch pocket as well. So for the main compartment, that's pretty much it. The rest of the space is really relegated for your larger items. And for somebody like me that uses tech pouches and likes to pack really modular, this is the ideal setup. But on the other side of the coin, if you're somebody who requires a lot of organization, just keep this in mind and really know what you're signing up for if you want to go with this style of sling. This main compartment is like pretty spacious. Even with a laptop and a tablet, you can still throw a camera, snacks, and other things you need for the day, a tech pouch. And that's kind of where I started to struggle with this bag a little bit, because it can carry so much, it can get quite heavy, and the comfort level was really subjective to what I was carrying. Heavier tech loadouts like this with a laptop, water bottle, tech case, I struggled a little bit on the comfort, but with lighter setups, I didn't really feel the shoulder fatigue like I did with the heavier setups. And I think that's more inherent to this design in general as a backpack with one sling. I think tomtoc did everything they could to account for the comfort. You know, when I was carrying smaller loadouts like my drone, my Osmo Pocket 3, a lot lighter, no water bottle, man, I could carry this bag for hours without even remembering that I was carrying it. But with full day setups like this is where I start to notice that extended periods of wear is really where I started to feel that shoulder fatigue. So taking a look at the back panel and strap, like I mentioned, I think tomtoc did everything they could to make this bag as comfortable as possible. You have this nice wide backpack strap here. It's got nice cushion, very soft. You have some breathable mesh on the back side. You even have places to attach additional gear here with some loops. And at the bottom here, you have this quick Duraflex adjust buckle, making it super simple to adjust this bag on the fly. So like I said, when I was carrying different loadouts, where the bag sat on my back changed. If it was heavier, I wanted to sit a little lower. In lighter loadouts, I could carry a little higher. And with this quick adjustment buckle, it was super simple to make those micro adjustments, major adjustments on the go when I'm out and walking. The downside to this style of buckle is you cannot disconnect the strap. So if you're somebody who likes to disconnect the strap to take your sling off, you're not gonna be able to do so. This one's gonna have to be swung over your head every single time. The back panel itself is nicely padded. I measured this right here. It's like a 1/2 inch of padding. So plenty of padding, nice breathable mesh. Overall, I think this is about as comfortable as you can get, especially with the quick adjust buckle. You can really dial it in. So for the comfort in general, I think I'm mixed on it. You know, my results were really varying depending on what I was carrying for the day. Now I really did enjoy the quick adjustment buckle here because I was able to change where the bag sat on my back very quickly. So if I felt something uncomfortable, I can make those adjustments really quick and on the fly. Sometimes it just felt like I really couldn't get this bag dialed in. Now I do think a stabilizer strap would have helped a little bit, keeping the bag in a certain spot. But then that becomes cumbersome with another strap, and also tomtoc doesn't offer one. So you would also have to look somewhere else to purchase one. So that's just another step. But considering all the different loadouts, I would say comfort is okay. So looking at this bag's overall aesthetic, I think this is hands down the best tomtoc looking bag in their entire lineup. I love the way the stitching here is angled, give you a little bit of design element. Then you have this nice rounded top, and this bag almost looks like it's going 100 miles an hour, even, you know, just sitting still. It has this kind of like aerodynamic shape to it with this taper down at the bottom. Now, because you do have this taper down at the bottom, when you put this bag down, it is not going to stand up on its own. It's going to face plant. So it makes this bag a great candidate for carrying something like a hero clip, so you can hang this bag whenever you decide to put it down. Now this is the hero clip small, which I would recommend for slings. Backpacks, I would recommend you go with the medium if you're looking at hero clips. So the primary fabric on this bag here is a 400D ripstop polyester, and if I'm not mistaken, it is the same material that's being used on the T66 lightweight travel bags. And I love the material. I really love all of tomtoc's ripstop, to be honest with you. But this 400 denier is a more durable material. It's a little bit more burlier. The ripstop is going to help you with that abrasion resistance, and then it is going to have, you know, a decent amount of weather protection. Now at the bottom of the bag, they're using more of a ballistic polyester. That's kind of what tomtoc normally does here. Then this is going to be your high abrasion area where you're constantly putting the bag down here. You have a beefier material at the bottom. Then you have a more lightweight but still very very durable and capable material for the rest of the bag. And as far as the rest of the materials on this bag, tomtoc normally doesn't skimp out on that area, and they didn't here. You have YKK, super smooth zippers throughout this bag, and of course you have the quality Duraflex hardware as well. Now I still own and use a ton of tomtoc gear, and this T30 here is pretty much in line with the standard of quality that tomtoc is really known for. So coming in at a price of $69.99, if I look at the materials, I look at the craftsmanship, I look at the quality, I look at the function of the bag, I think it's a tremendous value at 70 bucks for this large 10-liter sling. So final verdict on the tomtoc UrbanEX-T30. You know, like, I love the design, I love the materials, I love a lot about this sling, but I did struggle a little bit with the comfort department, and I found myself, you know, kind of finicking around with this quick adjustment buckle a lot depending on what I was carrying. So when it comes to that debate of should I go a large sling or should I go with a small backpack, I think I found myself leaning towards more of a small backpack instead of a large sling that's worn like a backpack. You know, I still love my crossbodies and, you know, my messengers, but, you know, having these two lined up next to each other, I think I would lean towards a backpack. Now, I think that this is a great sling for somebody who wants a lot of quick on-body access. If you're commuting by train or subway and you want to grab your things because room is tight, you can easily swing this bag over and get quick access to your stuff. You know, those cyclists and motorcyclists that stop, you can swing this bag over. You know, you're at a red light, you don't have to take everything off to grab your sunglasses or something very quickly. I also think that this is a good option for the man purse dudes out there. There's a faction of gentlemen that don't like to carry slings or messengers because of the whole man purse things. Whenever I review one, I get at least one comment saying, that's just a man purse. So if you're one of those man purse dudes that want to dip your toes in the sling pool, but you're kind of afraid of being, you know, having your bag called a man purse, this is a great option. It wears like a backpack. You can still carry everything you need, and nobody's going to call it a man purse. So alternatively, I don't think this sling is for somebody who's going to consistently carry a heavy loadout, a heavy work loadout, heavy Camry loadout. I think a smaller backpack would be better suited for weight distribution. And also, if you require a ton of small organization, while there's good organization on this bag, you're still going to be required to carry some sort of tech pouch or some sort of your self-organization, because your main compartment is essentially just a big open space with one zippered pocket. But of course, I've always wanted these reviews to be a conversation, so let me know your thoughts on these larger slings versus the small backpack debate. Now, let me load this bag up to show you exactly what it can fit and how I carried it. Lots of great places on this bag to put your quick access items, but this is how I packed it out. So you have your key leash here, and that's of course where I kept my keys. And then other bits of gear that I wanted quicker access to on the outside. So just like my eye drops for my contacts, a pen, and some bubble gum. And I always keep my power bank separate from the rest of my tech because I grab this quite frequently and I don't want to have to dig this out of a pouch. So this is my NU MagSafe charger there. Great place to put all that gear into that front compartment. And like I showed you earlier, this side pocket here was almost exclusively designed for sunglasses is what I felt like, but I actually just got myself a pair of prescription sunglasses, so I'm super stoked about that, and they fit perfectly down in there. Not gonna fit a cell phone in this pocket, so just keep that in mind. Pens, pencils, sunglasses, longer, slimmer items are gonna work best in there. So for this back hidden security pocket here, like I mentioned earlier, it is a very good size here. So you can carry a couple of passports, wallets, cash, all things of that nature. If you wanna put your largest cell phone, you can easily do so. It fits kind of in this section. And then if you're traveling with this bag, or if you're daily in this bag, your wallet, everything fits in there. This is my Allett passport wallet. Can easily fit in there as well if I wanted to take this on a trip. So moving over to the main compartment, again, you have that laptop sleeve on the back, and my 14-inch MacBook Pro fit in there perfectly. Now it is important to note that the laptop sleeve in this sling here is suspended off the bottom, so you do have some additional room, so when you put this back down, you're not slamming directly into your device. Now I normally don't carry two devices here, so on this front pocket is exactly where I put my Moleskine notebook. And again, like I said, if you want to carry documents or folder, they'll easily fit in there. Then on the opposite side, you do have this small zippered pocket here. And I put items in there that I don't frequently access, but I do like to carry. And that would be my pocket knife And of course, I always carry some sort of flashlight. This is the Neewer UrbanEX-5. So those would go in there because I like carrying them, but I don't frequently access those items. Now for the main compartment, I still have plenty of room for my AirPod Maxes. They don't fold down, so they have a large footprint, but perfect for slings like this. Your larger gaming devices, your switches, all that's gonna fit perfectly in here as well. So as you can see, the headphones take up quite a bit of room. And then I leaned on my trusty Evergoods Cap 1 to organize my tech. And this is where this tech pouch has so much versatility because it's longer and it's flatter. It's perfect for a sling just like this. So in this little Evergoods Cap 1, you know, I got my mouse, some cords, some cables, my hard drives, SD cards, things of that nature in there. And it's organized nice, flat, and it fits perfect into these taller slings just like this. And the only thing I carried was my laptop stand that fit in there as well. Even with everything I have loaded right here, there's still plenty of room to add like a layer if you want to carry a light jacket or a sweater. Still plenty of room up top to do so. Obviously, if you don't carry those big bulky headphones, you're gonna have more room on the inside. And to be honest with you, most days I carry my AirPods Pro because they're a little bit smaller, more compact. I use the Maxes more for editing at home and also when traveling. Now, I carry these on a carabiner, and because this strap has those attachment loops to the front, I love the fact that I could easily access my AirPods on the go with these loops, attachment loops on the front of the strap. Now you do have some more additional loops on the side of the carry grab handle here. You're gonna have one here and also one on the other side of the bag. Now this is a great spot to put that hero clip that I was telling you about. And again, I recommend the small for slings and the medium for backpacks, but right there, you can easily clip your hand sanitizer, your hero clip to the side of the carry strap handle. And lastly, the water bottle pocket. Like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be very limited on size. The 20-ounce fit in this pocket, the smallest bottle I own, so you may need to downgrade your bottle. Also keep in mind that the more stuff you really pack in here, it really limits this pocket even more. So you may not even get a bottle into it depending on how you pack out the main compartment. So I found that it was just best to leave this pocket for smaller stasher things, or even on a few occasions because of the rainy weather here, I had to carry umbrella. So it works really well for those things. And you know, carrying this bag, I tried to just not carry a bottle, adds additional weight. And again, with my issues with the comfort, I just opted to not carry a bottle in general, but you can, and it also works better with an umbrella because of its slim size. Hey, really quick, if you like today's video and you want to see more like it, please consider hitting like and subscribe so we can hang out again in the future. I also want to say thank you to tomtoc for sending the UrbanEX-T30 out for me to test and review. Now, if you have any more questions about this bag, anything, how something fits, it doesn't matter, drop those in the comment section below. I respond to every single one. The goal of this channel is to always help you find the right gear for you. Now, if you liked a lot about this sling but are not quite sold on it and you want some alternative recommendations, I'm going to put two for you here up on the screen. This one's going to be for a small backpack that I think a lot of people don't know about this company, but it's a good alternative, something in a similar range. And if you want something more of a messenger or a crossbody style of sling, I'm going to put this video right here, which would be another good recommendation and alternative to this one. But again, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video, and I can't wait to see you on my next one.